Greetings of peace and harmony to everyone. I wanted to start out by telling you a story. And about 10 years ago, I spent an entire week learning the Alexander technique. I don't know whether you're aware what that is. Some of you may know it already, but basically it's a system of how to carry your body, how to move your body, so that you will have great posture, you will eliminate aches and pains, and when you walk, you will be totally aligned. And so we spent a week practicing, and one of the first amusing things we learned is that when you get up from sitting down, you don't use your pelvis to do it, you use your head. And what they taught us is that you actually lead with your head, not with your pelvis. And the way you lead with your head is that you imagine that there is a string pulling you up. So you actually get up by raising your head, and then the rest of your body follows. And after that week of practice and fun and trying to learn the new paradigm of how we should move and act and bend and dance and sit in the world, because the best way I remember things is through song. I developed a little song that goes like this. Your neck is free, your spine is long. You know the lyrics to this song. Awareness first, inhibit next, direction up if you're perplexed. That helped me remember the stages of how I actually get up from a seated position, or how I squat, or how I bend over. So in other words, awareness first, and before I do anything, I first inhibit myself until I decide how I'm going to do it. And then direction up, the head up, if you're perplexed. And it occurred to me that this was an amazing formula to use to teach not just interfaith dialogue over conflicts, but any kind of dialogue between two people to foster trust. And so in 2015, I was invited with a Muslim girlfriend, Sharita Hussein, and Eileen Epperson, a Christian friend. The three of us were invited to give a workshop at the Parliament of the World's Religions in Salt Lake City. And the title of our talk was The Elephant in the Room: How to Manage Difficult Conversations, especially for women. And because this forum is on the status of women, what I'm about to share with you is especially helpful for women, but trust me, it's helpful for everybody, men, women, children, everyone. So I wanted to share my screen for a moment and show you how this works with dialogue. Awareness is given the yellow color, just like at the stoplight. When you see yellow, you slow down and proceed with caution. So this is the same thing that happens in difficult dialogue. And you want to take a survey. What am I feeling in my body right now? Am I nervous? Am I angry? Am I perplexed? What's going on with me? And where am I? And who am I with? And what is the context for this? Is this someone I met on a bus and I'm sitting next to him and a difficult conversation comes up? Is this a close friend of mine? Is this, quote unquote, an enemy or a person that has an entirely different viewpoint on life? Who is this person and where am I and how am I feeling? So that's the first one. The next one is the red of the stoplight, which is stop. I inhibit myself. I don't rush into saying anything which could be afterwards damaging to everybody there. I don't rush into saying something which could be hurtful, or blurting something out without taking a second, a nanosecond. I'm not talking about 5 minutes. I'm saying awareness, and now we inhibit, and we're asking, how can I affect a positive change by engaging right now? Is it worth getting involved? Now that's something we have to decide. Is this conversation in a particular place where I can have a heart-to-heart with someone, where I can truly express my feelings, and when I can totally listen, a deep listening to the other person. And is this person being provocative intentionally? Because if that's true, then I have to know that going into the situation. So now we've done the first two, the awareness, inhibit, stop, and now direction up. Whatever I do in this conversation, I want to be connected for the best possible outcome. I want to be connected to the divine, whatever you consider to be the divine, to the source, to my higher self. And I want to be connected to my community. And I want to be connected to every other person, because we are all part of this enormous tapestry of humanity. Each person here that we meet is entitled to have respect. And even if they come off as being loud, obnoxious, bossy, etc., still in God's image, another person, another soul. Now, I want to add one little thing here, even though I said this is for everybody. I want to add one little thing here, particularly for women and young women. I know that in many parts of the world, women do not have a voice. Women cannot vote. Women are overpowered by cultural mores. And so in some places, it's really harder for women to be able to speak up. But I think that if they go through this process, especially the process about the awareness and the inhibit, that they can develop the muscle for having difficult conversations. And that is a muscle that everyone needs to think about as we go forward in a contentious world. And especially as we've seen in our last election here in America, where the country is so divided and we can't even find a way to conduct civil discourse. We have to develop some techniques for conversation. And I think Alexander didn't know it when he created this technique for actors to sing better and to move better on the stage. But I think that he did us an enormous favor by lending us the same concept for us to use in our dialogue. In the work that we're doing of fostering dialogue, it's a godsend to be able to use the arts. And look, I made up a song about the Alexander technique. Whoever knew that I would be sharing it with all of you today? But you know,
it's a sharing
the neck
time.
is free, the spine is long. You know the lyrics to this song. Awareness first, inhibit next, direction up if you're perplexed.
you know, while you were talking
Ruth.
there, Jan, I was Ruth, I was thinking, you know, when we have peace, singing and dancing is going to break out. So why don't we just start the singing and dancing now?
Right.
And we'll have peace.
Right. That's exactly
It's a
right.
great idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.